This is the basics of how to use forms in ServiceTitan. So this is the job page, the front page that you've just arrived on. And on the left-hand banner, your control banner, you would scroll down, you'll see forms. Now, there's lots of different forms in here. Any form that you would need to offer to complete a task for dispatch or to inform, this is your paperwork. This is your notebook in which you would use for anything. So there's lots of different forms on here. You should go through these and get yourself familiar. But if someone asks you to fill out a form, this is where it will be. Now, I'm just going to quickly go to the invoice page on your control banner on the left. I'll click down on the invoice button. This one actually is not requiring me to do a form. Okay, I'm going to go back to forms. Thought this one required me to do one. If you have a required one and you click on invoice, there'll actually be a banner here that says that right above signatures that has a red circle with that exclamation point saying that you have some incomplete form. If you can't figure out how to get out of that job, it's because you haven't finished a form. And if you go to forms on the banner there, you can actually scroll without even reading all of them and just look for the little red highlight, which will be next to the little 3 dots on the right hand side of whatever it is. So let's go over a service tech office info form right here. It's a more commonly used one. There's lots of forms on here to use. We can go over those in different videos. But let's go over the service tech office info form. I just click on the words, pulls it up. I would fill in the benchmark, like the convince me step. The customer told me to convince me that they wanted this job done. I have to have it fixed today. Can you do that for me, Richie? So that's what I heard the customer say when I asked him a good question, like, are we just looking at this today, not doing any work? She laughed at me and said, no, Richie, I have to have this fixed today. Can you do that for me? And that's what I would write in there. Danger lines, white knights, we're going to go over all that in a different video, but I would input this stuff. And the technical diagnostics, I would use I would not use verbal packaging. I would use technical jargon in that scenario. What my becauses was for. Okay, this is a good one. You'll notice on these two, at the end of each one of these questions, there's a little star asterisk. That is a required field in which you must fill out in order for this form to be completed. So in my eyes, what could I have done better? Gotten a second commitment. Okay, what cleanings we're offering? I am a professional. I offer duct cleaning and dryer vent cleaning on every call because it could be done on virtually almost every single call. What is my clear future? Let's just say that this call is complete. There's some drop downs. You'll notice this question has an asterisk on it, so I have to do something. So I'll do the call is complete. What is the date and time for the RTF, return to finish, or return to present? Scheduled and what to take place. I don't have one in this scenario. Truck stock replenishment. If you did a Johnstone part stock submission, you would click that. Barnett or other vendor. So I'm just going to say none for this example. If other was chosen from above, if other vendor was chosen, this is where you would enter that information. Was there downtime for waiting for material? No, there wasn't. Yes, there was. Sometimes I no. Return to RTF, return to finished needed for this job. In my example, no. If I did have it, I would put return to finished details, right? Like part numbers, quantities, I'd put that in there. These ones are not required because not every job's going to have it. Is there remaining balance due? Put 0 in my scenario. Okay, now this one here, I need to upload a payment. If I had a payment, I would click on it. Just click on the little blue highlight there and it'll give you my choices. You either take a photo or upload a photo from your photos or record a video. These are your choices. You just click on the blue payment. Did you sell duct cleaning? No. In this example, let's just say I didn't. I mean, more often than not, I'm clicking yes. I'm a professional. What time of day is it for? Morning or afternoon? Did you give the customer an SPP brochure? Again, I'm a professional. I always do that. I summarized the call. Right? I met with Mary and Joe. Went through the whole system and showed them the full evaluation report and presented options for them. This is going to contradict what I've been showing you so far, but in more cases than not, you would have a service sold here. I completed the dryer vent cleanse today and showed Mary how clean I got it. Like this is contradicting to some of the rest of the stuff that I had on there because I said I didn't have anything sold. I didn't have some stuff in there. So it's a little contradicting, but I wanted you to see like what would happen if you did have something that was, you did have a service sold. You do want to kind of spell out what you did. You want to paint the picture of everything that took place in this scenario. I put on here too, I'm a big pet guy. They have a dog named Pete who was not friendly. I've never met a Pete that was friendly, so that is what I put in there for any scenario. In that case, it auto puts my name in there. This bottom question is kind of a trick question. If you didn't give an SPP brochure to somebody, why? That should always be blank. It should never have a reason. No, you should always be giving it to someone, or they should already be members, of which you should still give it to them to see if they wanted to upgrade. That is how a form should work. Okay, so then I click on the outside area of it, right? So if I'm typing and using stuff, I can't see anything. So if I click and I type or tap someplace else on the screen, I now get the save button. I hit save. And then it will give me this prompt. If I didn't do it correctly, the form, it would say it was incomplete. Now it's telling me that this form is complete because I've filled in all the database that have a red asterisk. So form saved, it is completed. I'll go back to the job and it is in there. Let's just say I wanted to guess. I wanted to figure out if I did get it correctly. I click forms again. And if I was to scroll down to that office info form, it will say that it is completed. So let's go up one to the select membership, and let's just say I started it. I said that they have one AC, and I clicked save. This is not complete. Okay, let's just say for some reason I didn't care. I'm going to fill it later because I saw something shiny. I need to go back. It brings me back to my main page. I need to go back and fill that form out. I go back to forms. I scroll down. And see, you can tell which form was started and which one wasn't. So if it doesn't say it's completed, it's not completed and no one's going to get notified on it. It looks like you're still working on it. So you want to make sure you complete all your forms and they're always complete. That is how we operate forms. Now there's lots of forms to use, so that was just an example.